Have you ever met those guys at work or in some other professional environment that just seem to get it right every single time it counts? Yet, all the other times it seems like they're really not doing that much. It's really kind of bizarre that you see some people succeed so simply, or it just looks like it's easy. Well, they're using a trick, and I'm going to teach you that trick. Now, this is not some gimmick, all right? This has been around for almost 100 years, if not more. But it's this thing called the Pareto Principle. And the Pareto Principle was developed by this economist and business consultant named Joseph Juran. And he came up with it around 1941 because he stumbled on some research that this guy, Pareto, had developed in the early 1920s. So, what is it? Well, a lot of people also call this by another name. It's called the 20-80 rule. And there's this bizarre relationship between 20% and 80. And what it is as a ratio, this thing pops up a lot, especially in business. And that's what we're going to concentrate on today. The 20-80 rule can be applied to most situations in the professional environment, and it works really, really amazing. So let me show you how it works. Let's go over the basics of the Pareto Principle. Just like I said, the Pareto Principle is a lot better known as the 20-80 rule. And it's basically the relationship between the ratio of 20 to 80. Now, what this states is that basically during the day, about 20% of what you do is important. And then this big chunk down here is not important. Okay? Now, the entire circle itself represents 100% of your time. So, what you're doing right now is you're probably concentrating 20% on what's important and 80% on what's not important. This principle is a little bit easier to understand if we break it out on a timeline scale. So, this is 100% of your time you spend during a normal workday. Here's that 20%, and here's that 80%. Just like I said before, 20% of your time is spent on stuff that is very important. And about 80% of your time is spent on stuff that is not so important. Okay. The trick to using the Pareto Principle to your advantage is just to simply switch your time allocation. So, the important stuff deserves 80% of your time, and the not so important stuff deserves 20% of your time. Oversimplification? Maybe, but extremely effective. So, I'm super excited I got a chance to show you the Pareto Principle. This has been a very, very important trick or principle that I use day to day in my professional life. And I'll tell you, when people bring something for me to take a look at and they put it on my desk, I'm telling you, I got two piles. I got the 20% pile and the 80%. And if it's in the 80% pile, hey, I'll get to it when I need to. All right, I get to it when I can get to it. And that has helped me tremendously in my professional life. Now, the trick to figuring out what is 20% important and what's 80% not important, hey, that's a whole other story. That's something you got to figure out in your specific job. But once you're able to do that, it's much easier to organize your time and your effort. And when you're able to do that, you become super efficient and super successful. So if you got any questions, you know where to track us down, commandosystems.com. I'm Tony D.